I'm going to show you the formal British way to eat a pot noodle. Now, it's highly unlikely that you will ever be served a pot noodle in a formal British setting. But if you were, I'm going to show you the best way to approach eating it. In 1958, the instant noodles were invented by a gentleman called Mr. Ando. And instant cup noodles were invented by his company Nissin Foods in 1971. In 1979, Golden Wonder launched the pot noodle. Its home was Crumlin, South Wales. In 1992, the company launched the infamous sauce sachets added into every pot. They were considered sachets of joy. In the year 2000, gave birth to the king-size pot noodle. So how would one eat the pot noodle? Well, a fork makes life a little bit easier. You can use the fork to pick up the noodles, and then you can also use a spoon to gather the liquid. And of course, some people prefer to use chopsticks. So let's get down to business. Firstly, the pot noodle would have likely been prepared by the chef and then brought to the table for service. If it's chef's night off and you need to prepare your pot noodle yourself, I'm going to show you how to do it. Firstly, when you peel back the foil lid, don't peel it all off. That's a mistake. Only peel it halfway. I take hold of the foil firmly and then I slowly peel back to reveal the pot noodle inside. Remove the sachet of joy and place on the side. I'm now going to add boiling water into the pot noodle up to the fill line, replace the foil lid and leave to stand for 2 minutes. After the 2 minutes has completed, we now tear the sauce packet of joy and stir it into the pot noodle. At this point, I would use a fork to stir. Now we recover and leave for another 2 minutes. The sauce is of course optional as per your taste. We reseal the lid and now we time for another 2 minutes. Once your 4 minutes has been completed, you are now ready for service. Hopefully you have a lovely butler to help with this. We remove the foil and we discard before service. As I've explained previously with formal British dining, one typically does not consume the liquid unless it is, for example, a soup. So when you watched my How to Eat Mussels, you would see that one consumes the mussels themselves, but not the liquid within the mussel bowl. So for the pot noodle, we will approach it with the same rules of etiquette. I would use my fork and take it this time into my right hand, which is more unusual when dining in a formal setting. This is because we are not going to use the spoon or the knife. I will then simply gather some of the pot noodles onto the fork and delicately place the pot noodle into my mouth. I continue my delicious meal of pot noodles, making sure not to let any stray drips enter the surrounding plate or indeed my outfit. One can pair pot noodles with a beautiful Chardonnay.